He
And
said, "We'll know
now
a
are
lot
you
more."
understanding why I belong in the war room with Casario and Cap? Because I watched The Godfather a bunch of times, and I know how to do this negotiation stuff.
Everything I ever wanted, I just push up on it and she know the play. Name leaves stains on the brain when I bless the game. She ain't knowing what to say. Ain't nothing in between God and kings. That's a direct link like the Pharisees.
What up, Houston? We're back. Bayou City Boys. Talking about Texans, Astros, Rockets. I don't know. Maybe we got some time. Some of Caleb's Roughnecks.
Oh man.
We'll start off with the Houston Texans. Of course, all eyes are on the combine.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like Nick and D'Amico are going as a duo to the combine. They don't want anybody else. They got this, they said. Nick was very outspoken. He spoke about Laramie Tunsil more than likely getting the contract he wants. He actually spoke on Brandin Cooks. It seems like the team and Brandin Cooks are in a talk or negotiation to see if they can get him somewhere. There seems to be teams in the AFC and NFC interested.
Yeah.
But he said, "I'm going to do what's best for the team. I don't care."
Trade that fool. Trade that fool.
I'm really glad. I'm really glad you said that, Zach, because I saw a comment today on one of our things on Facebook about the Texans, and somebody in Houston said they should trade Brandin Cooks for T. Higgins straight up because it would benefit both teams.
I would do that trade, but I believe he's a free agent.
Yeah, but they thought that Brandin Cooks and T. Higgins were on the same level, which I don't agree with.
Yeah, I'm not having that discussion. I'm not.
Yeah. Luckily, though, after that, there was a lot of Texans fans that went on that comment and were like, "Dude, whatever you're smoking, put it down. Like, stop, bro." Like, there's a lot of these questions. I guess we can. It seems like he's gonna get traded. I mean, Nick and D'Amico, they seem like they're not gonna. At least D'Amico seems like he's not gonna tolerate like what happened last year. All this. If you don't want to be here, hey, chunk dudes, get out of here. And
I'm good with it because if you really think about it, he's the dumbass that decided to wait till week 18 to do good.
Yeah.
Like you won the game, bro, dickhead.
Yeah.
I know. Thanks, Cooks. There was a lot of people also. I mean, you get, of course, you have we talked about it, Zach. There's people that speak on, quote unquote, that they're sports writers on Twitter. There's people that work for ESPN, work for Athletic. Of course, all types of people. You have your opinions. But there's been a lot of back and forth of like, should the Texans trade up to get Chicago's pick? Should they stay pat at number 2 and just get whoever they feel comfortable at that position? And Nick kind of spoke on it. He was like, "I'm not worried about what other teams are doing. I'm not going to sway away from."
My thing is this, is he could say that because we're in a position to, like, because there's two ways you could look at it. Like, he can easily do like we said he's going to do, and like the Rockets, and just take what's left. You know what I mean? Because I have a feeling that he don't want Bryce Young. I really have a feeling that he's the guy that don't want Bryce Young. And the fans do, so that creates a problem for him. Yeah. So if he's not there, then he don't have to worry about it. If he is there, then he'll probably take him. But because of that reason, that's why I don't think that we're going to trade up for a pick. I would feel stupid doing that anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I want to trade it. There's been a lot of people. I mean, once the combines come, you'll start seeing people fluctuate up and down. It's really 4 quarterbacks, it seems, now in the talks. And a lot of people are believing now that with Bryce's height coming in and Bryce's weight coming in officially, that the Texans may go CJ, they may go Anthony, they may go Will Levis. But it seems like the 2 names that I'm seeing a lot now outside of Bryce, of course, is CJ and Anthony. And I'm wondering, like, how would y'all feel? I mean, I don't know if I want Anthony at number 2, but if you're, I guess
I'll be so fucking mad. I can understand CJ. I could live with that. to take Anthony. I could not do Anthony Richardson at 2. I couldn't do it.
Would you take him at your second pick?
No, I really wouldn't. If we need a quarterback at 12 still, then something went wrong. We did something wrong.
Something could go wrong because we also saw reports that was it the Commanders were talking about trying to trade up to get a quarterback?
Well, they're not locked in on their quarterback, so a lot of teams are trying to for sure get.
There's probably 5 or 6 teams that said that they want to change and they don't want a Band-Aid. They want to draft somebody. So I mean, you have to worry about everybody. You know what I'm saying? That's why Casario's like, fuck it, I'll wait to see what they're at 2.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, for me, I honestly think like, man, I just feel after today's conversations, I mean, they're gonna say what you want to hear, especially they're playing chess with other managers, of course. But he was basically like, I'm not locked in on one position. I'm going for what's best for the team. And so a lot of people are like, oh, he's going defense. He's going defense. He's going to get the
But
best
here's
player.
the thing is like, I thought about that too, right? So if we go defense at number 2, to me, it has to be Jalen Carter.
Yeah.
Like, because I can take Jalen over CJ, but I don't know if I could take Will over CJ. So either go CJ or Carter at 2.
Yeah.
But then you still don't solve our quarterback problem. But I'm also 100% fine with if he just be transparent and is like, look, I only liked Bryce Young, right? And he got taken at 1. So I didn't want to waste a pick on the player I didn't want. And then the Texas fan kind of have to respect that shit.
I mean, if you're mad about a talented player like Jalen Carter, say he's the second pick that you pick, then you're tripping. Like, you're just tripping. Like, this dude's talent is ridiculous. And we're not a one player away from making a difference. Bingo. So you're gonna have to rebuild and all that stuff. I was telling Caleb we saw.
Go ahead.
I was telling Caleb that I saw a report though that they didn't give out the names of the teams, but a lot of teams that are in the hunt for a quarterback really do want to wait and get Caleb Williams next year if they can get him, because they really see him as the dominant quarterback of the next generation or so. But it's kind of hard to put all your eggs in one basket type of thing and hope you get the pick next year.
I mean, but the thing about it is like you have just as many nitpicks on Caleb Williams as you would Stroud.
Yeah.
Or Levis, you know what I'm saying?
And he's
so like
exactly. Play a full year in college. Mm-hmm. You don't know what can happen in college the next year, or if he just has a terrible year or something like.
I think he's going to be a good quarterback. I think he's going to cause problems for himself, and I don't want that.
Yeah.
I grew up around enough troublemakers in my life. I know what one fucking looks like.
I mean, he's doing it in college already, so it's going to only amplify as you get up there and everything. Y'all think Arizona said they're willing to trade their pick? So I feel if Chicago doesn't trade and we trade, or Chicago doesn't trade and we don't trade, I feel like whoever wanted that next quarterback is going to jump right behind us.
Mm-hmm.
But if somebody jumps us, then, I mean, for, say, Bryce, then I think CJ is the guy that you go with next. And then after that, unless you traded your pick, you should be good because you're second at least. But
I think Arizona for sure trade. They'd be stupid to not trade that pick because you have a quarterback and you need everything else. Just get as many picks as you can.
You think you think they trade DeAndre that day?
I do. I 100% think he gets traded probably before that day.
You don't think DeAndre is going to be a draft day trade to move up?
If it is, you got to think about it like this. Like, who would do it? That's the first question, right? It has to be a team who has picks and is really, really close to being a contender. Who is that? Baltimore. Maybe Baltimore.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But are they going to give up multiple picks just to move up a few spots? I doubt it.
And I look at DeAndre, like we've always said in sports, especially Houston, like they don't have the best player to trade, but they have like the 1A or like the 1B, 1C player. Like DeAndre is, of course, probably the top receiver to get traded. And
Well,
then we
see,
have
DeAndre,
Brandin
the
Cooks.
benefit to DeAndre is he's not the best receiver in the league, but any team that has receiver problems, he'll go there and fix it right away.
Yeah.
So a team like Dallas might make a play on him, I think.
Interesting.
Yeah, no, I just like for me, I think I guess what I'm trying to say is what do you think? Of course, DeAndre's up here. Where do you think
Mhm.
Brandin Cooks warrants if he's a draft day trade type of player? Like, what do you think? A fourth, maybe at
To
best?
me, it'll be like maybe not even a trade, like switch something good with me. Like, for instance, like say that because we have like 6-round picks, right?
Yeah,
Imagine you go to a team, say like uh the Rams, who may have
yeah,
a 4th-round pick, is like, yo, give me the 4th, I'll give you Cooks in the 6th. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Or
yeah,
I'll give you Cooks in this 5th. So you're bumping one round and I'm giving you a player. So you don't have to take a receiver that you need. You can take an
yeah,
O-liner or something.
Yeah.
I think it'll be like he'll sweeten the pot kind of thing that we gotta do that if we do it on draft day.
I
yeah.
don't know that he would go back to the Rams like that for that.
He'll go where the fuck we send him.
I know. I'm
Don't
just
get it
saying.
wrong.
Yeah,
We're in control now. When I kick your ass out the door, it's up to me how it happens.
he's like, I want a playoff team. I was like, bro, I just want you gone. I don't care if you're on a playoff team. That's not. I don't worry about that. And I loved it. Like Nick said, we're doing what's best for the team. No more of the like. No, you don't got nothing to do. Cooks, we gave you your chance. You signed your contract. You got your money. Bye.
Bye.
Like I'm not worried about. Oh, he needs to send off to. No, fool. I don't care. Like none of that. There's been a few free agents, I guess, that are popping up now. We know free agencies before draft. Are there
Mhm.
any on y'all's radar that y'all are thinking of, like
Well, I was thinking
bringing in?
Deron Payne till he got franchised today.
Yeah,
Those
Ouch.
sons of bitches. Uh, Jimmy Ward for sure. I still want Jimmy Ward. Pretty much any center who has experience, who can
yeah,
start for us. That's my first thing in free agency. I want a starting center that I could pay for. And then we might have to pay for at least one tight end. Draft one, pay for one.
Mike Gesicki. No, I'm just kidding.
Negative.
Just always the.
Gerald Everett.
I'm
Oh
thinking
man,
Robert Tonyan
Oh,
I'll take that.
next boy. Yeah.
I mean, he's played with Aaron.
because you have to play tight end like a man to play in this system.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I don't need a fucking slow receiver who calls himself a tight end. Like, I don't want that. You need Tanyan who'll go bump and bang. You know what I'm saying?
Bah,
So
yeah,
exactly.
yeah. Man, there's a few. Of course, people are gonna throw their names in on the big names that nobody wants. I mean, somebody's gonna get them for sure, but I don't want them. Of the Leonard Fournettes, the Joe Mixons, it's like especially running back. I don't want an older running back that can't stay healthy.
Hmm.
I don't see the point of that. Like, if I'm gonna get a running back, I'll probably get one in the draft, a younger one, or
Is it ridiculous to say I want to draft one and I want to pay for one?
no,
No, because you just said that about a
Because
tight
if
end.
you don't give me, no, I'm talking about running backs.
I know. I'm just saying it's not because you said the same thing about a tight end, so I wouldn't
If
see
you
any difference there.
if you don't pay for one and draft one, draft two.
would you be mad if they get Bijan Robinson? Yeah,
Depends on where we get him.
at 12.
Whoa.
They are. There's a lot of people in the league that are saying he is rising up the round board very fast because of his talent that he holds.
I'm gonna go and I would be upset at 12.
Okay.
I really would.
If they
Not because of anything. I think he will start slow in the league though.
Yeah. That'd be a nasty 1-2 punch though with him and Pearson.
I just don't think that I want something like completely opposite of Pierce though. Like I want fast. You know what I'm saying? I want somebody who can catch a ball. Which
would you be what about Clyde Edwards-Helaire as like a free agent signing?
I think he'd be a good ass pickup.
I was gonna
I
say
always said that.
Zach's been saying he would want him on the team.
I watched that fool when he played at LSU. Like, I will take Clyde Edwards-Helaire and then go draft a big ass running back or somebody in between the two. You know what I'm saying?
So with you saying that you would want to pay for one, would it be out of the like how much are you willing to pay? You don't want to overpay for one, obviously. Or are you okay with doing that?
It depends on what you draft because you have to understand, like, Dameon Pierce will offer you nothing that Christian McCaffrey did. Somebody has to do that shit.
Yeah.
So if you have to pay somebody more money than you want to do it, especially to come to our team, I'm okay with it. But I don't want to pay for like a Kareem Hunt. But I'll pay Clyde Edwards-Helaire money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Would you pay Josh Jacobs money?
No.
Okay.
Because you have to think about it. If Clyde Edwards, it's the same situation at running back that we just had about quarterback.
Yeah.
Whoever comes in should not think that they can compete for the number one spot.
Okay.
It's like you're the backup change of pace guy.
Yeah.
But if you pay for one of those guys a lot of money, like a Kareem Hunt, then you have to be willing to say, okay, Damien, you're the second running back now.
Yeah.
But too many people are on his jock that they're not going to take that first spot from him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
At least not this year. Maybe like a year or two down the line.
Yeah, I
Kind
think
of like the terrible situation we had with David Johnson, where it was
kind of like where Dallas, like they pay Zeke so much money they have to play him, but everybody knows it's like we really just want Pollard kind of shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I don't want that problem.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of saying, where it was like David Johnson came in on a big ass contract, and they were just kind of like, well, we got to fucking play him because we took over his gigantic contract.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, if you fucking pay him, but if you draft Bijan at 12, then you have to play him. Like, So Pierce de facto is number 2.
Would you be mad if they jumped back in the first to get him then? Somewhere in the late round of the first?
I would, because I strongly believe that you're passing up on somebody who's an immediate starter.
Yeah.
And like you could get an O lineman, you can get a pass rusher, you can get a receiver. Like you can fill so many more needs than to just chase that one player.
So we're pretty much locked in at Jalen Carter, Bryce, or CJ
at
for
2.
For that first pick of number 2, and then I guess the second pick. I mean, it's Nick did talk about receivers a lot today. He knows there's talent in that core for sure of what he wants, but does he want to go at 12? Does he want to get one in the second? It's one of those where
I'm gonna be honest. The way that I value Jordan Addison, I go him. But some people don't even think he's the first receiver in the draft. Some people don't think that that's too high. They think that's too high for him, and I could see that. Oh, good dunk, Kenyon. But if you trade Cooks, you know you need a receiver.
Yeah. You got Michi coming back, but we don't know what he's going to look like for sure.
I got a name out there that's going to shock y'all that I'm about to say that I would be willing to pay as long as it don't break my bank.
Kenny Golladay. I'm kidding.
No.
He got cut today.
No. I'm surprised that y'all haven't even brought this name up to me in the past few days. Robert Woods.
That might be not terrible.
If Robert Woods plays like Robert Woods played for the Rams, it's the same system we're about to try. Like, I know you know how to do this.
Yeah.
But can you? Because you didn't do it in Tennessee.
Yeah, not at all.
It gives you a vet.
Yeah, he's only 30, I think, so it's not too terrible. The worst thing is he tore his ACL. So I don't see
he played a season on that. I'm hoping he's better. That's why I was like, to me, it's worth taking a shot at.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, I don't see it being too big of an issue.
I mean,
the only big issue you would have, sorry to cut you off, but I just thought of this, is he's gonna play a lot of slot, which is where Michi goes. And some project that's where Addison goes. So it's like, damn, we need an outside receiver. We need an X.
Yeah, no, I mean, for me, we've spoke on it before. I want to set this quarterback up for success. I want to give him as much weapons as he can have, as much protection. I think that's what they seem like they're doing. The protection, they want to make sure it's there. The weapons for him to be able to utilize, they want him to have that. And it just seems every mock draft, I mean, it seems like we're going quarterback or defense first, and then receiver.
Yeah.
Whether Addison or Quentin Johnson, like it seems like those are the two names that are being
If
thrown
I
out.
go quarterback at 2, I'll go deep. I'm 100% taking the best defender at 12, and that's what I'm doing.
Yeah,
I don't know if everybody else feels that way, but I'm sharing the wealth.
Well, if that's what happens and we end up with Robert Woods, then we know they listen to us.
And freaking because I can get a receiver with the second round pick. I can get a receiver with the third
So,
round pick.
so would you get like what Lucas Van Ness?
No, that's too high for him in my opinion. Like Nolan Smith or somebody might be there, and he'll fit that. Man, bro, I'm telling you, Nolan Smith is like the perfect D'Amico player because he'll be like our Dre Greenlaw a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And though he's so fast too. Him
He's so
and
fast.
Christian Harris. To me, I'd love to see that.
yeah.
Or I go corner. I ain't gonna lie to you. I might go cornerback.
I mean, for sure, it seems like these two are on the same page. They're talking, they're communicating. So I think the sharing the wealth for sure is something that they'll do. And I look at our picks and it seems like I don't think they're going to use all of them. I think they're going to trade, move around, try to get players that they really want off their board. Like, hey, I'm going to get this guy, but then I'm going to trade up and get this guy for you, or type of stuff. Like, that's what it seems like the way they're going. And I mean, we saw we speak on it all the time. We saw the Jets do it last year, and look at them now. They moved, got players they wanted, and everything. I think we can finally put to sleep the bridge quarterback talk. So we're not getting Rodgers. We're not getting Carr. We're not getting Mariota. We're not getting like stop.
You're not
even.
getting Davis Mills either because they won't even say his name. Like
Yeah,
they refuse to say his fucking name.
they didn't even announce that he got engaged on. They didn't even give anything about it. I found out on somebody's Facebook that he got engaged. I was like, dang, they done with this man. Yeah, I mean, for sure, we'll know a lot on the weekend when combine shows up. You'll start seeing a lot of people either blow up or go down, and I mean, that's just how it is.
I don't know. All I'm gonna say is like the whole Bryce Young being too small shit. It does not bother me. Like it don't bother me. I think you might have said it to me before. It's like he played in the SEC. He played against those monsters. You know what I mean? He played Jalen Carter. He knows what's up. So I don't know. It doesn't bother. I'm not
Like,
as worried about it as most people.
if he played in like, and I hate to beat this dude up all the time, but if he was like in BYU, like Zach Wilson,
Yeah.
then I'm like, yeah, I get it. Like we said it when Zach Wilson was there. Like, who'd he play for? Who'd he play against? Like if like it was like Bryce Young out of Rice University, I'd be like, yeah, I don't think I want him. I'm all right.
I understand
good.
being scared of that one.
Yeah, but he played in the best division, and I mean, people have said it. Like I think Derrick Henry said, he goes, it's a different breed in that like division, man. He goes, you have guys that are pro ready. He goes, and don't get me wrong, like taking that NFL step, they hit harder up here. But I mean, if you're getting close to anything, it's SEC. That's your next stop right there. There's nothing else on that sense of it. So
some of those SEC teams are better than the worst. Oh, there's Georgia probably would have beat the Texans this year, maybe.
Yeah,
That's fucked up.
Not sure about it, but
It's a possibility. Ouch.
I don't know.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I think Texans fans need to just really reevaluate what we're doing as a team. And
Now you got me wanting to draft a running back. Damn you.
I mean, I said the thing was blowing up as in was blowing up like he's just been talked about so much by sports analysts, and they said that there's a lot of teams in NFL that are like they might jump the gun and get him because of how good they think he's going to be. But
I'm gonna tell you this: the kid from Texas A&M, I don't know how to pronounce his name, Ashan, whatever the fuck it is.
yeah,
He's gonna be the fastest player at the combine this week. If he's not the fastest, he's gonna be right there with him.
yeah,
I'll take him. I'll jump into the third round to get that guy.
yeah, and we know about it. Running backs are, I mean, their span of a career is pretty much probably one of the shortest in NFL. Like if I can go in the season with Pierce and maybe Clyde Edwards-Helaire and like another rookie or something, I'll be cool with that. That's perfectly fine with me.
But you still got Dare Gubawale on the thing. He's a vet. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't hate it that he's there. Keep him around.
Yeah.
Special teams player.
Gubawale.
Yeah.
That guy. He would make me mad towards the end of the season.
And don't fucking suggest again that they go get the Roughnecks quarterback.
No,
I wasn't gonna say that.
Yeah.
I haven't heard anybody say we should do that.
No, I heard it on ESPN radio the other day.
Oh, that's stupid.
What was I saying the other day? So what if the Colts trade to number 1, right? And they take Bryce.
Yeah.
And we're dead set that that's who we want, right? So by de facto, we're left with CJ, right? But that doesn't mean we have to take him at 2. And what I mean by that is, what if we get on the phone and be like, Seattle, you're at 5, Chicago's at 4, Arizona's at 3. So do you want to come to this number 2 spot and get the defensive player that you want? So I'll take 5 and 12 or whatever the fuck you got for this 2. Would you do that, knowing that you most likely are going to get CJ at 5 anyway?
Do you think CJ stays down there at 5?
Who do you think would trade if we're requiring 2 first-round picks to come 3 spots?
Mm-hmm.
Who is going to give up 2 first-round picks to go take number 3?
Does Atlanta have 2 first-round picks?
No.
Okay.
Carolina does.
Panthers
does. Houston does.
I could see the Panthers jumping up.
But it's kind of, I would be willing to risk that because if I think that the Panthers are jumping, it's for Levis. Levis is a Frank Wright guy.
They do want him, yeah.
So I'm not worried about, like, to me, it's like, I still feel like if I get Bryce taken at 1 and I'm stuck with CJ, I could get him at 5.
If that works, that's big brain shit. But let's say it doesn't work. They see him on there and they take CJ, and then we're stuck with Levis.
But then you still have 2 more first-round picks.
Okay.
I could look.
I'm only asking that because at the end of the day, if that were to happen and we're stuck with Levis, how are you going to feel about it?
It doesn't make a fuck because if we suck, don't think I won't draft a quarterback in the first round again next year. I legitimately will trade. Why not? Arizona did it.
I know.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's how they got Kyler. So I would use 2 picks next year because you're still getting that extra pick this year. So that's that extra receiver or lineman or something, you know?
And then if Levis just happens to fucking ball out and do great, then there you go.
See what I'm saying?
I mean, nothing can be as bad as the Jets with Zach Wilson wasting a pick, and then literally you're going after a veteran to lead your team. Like, it's, I mean, when it comes to
that's why I feel like you have to draft a quarterback because I don't want to be in the position they're in.
Yeah.
I saw someone today say that Jameis Winston needs to go be the starting quarterback on the Dolphins because he's better than Tua.
That's horseshit.
I know.
Oh, man.
Yeah. I'm telling you. People be saying stuff like that and thinking they're onto something.
He should go to Arizona for 1 year until Kyler gets back because I don't know what they're going to do at quarterback.
I don't know where you can go, actually.
He can go to the XFL.
I don't even care for him. What was I going to say? I will say, though, if we were to go that route and we end up with Will Levis, I won't be mad. If we end up with Anthony Richardson because of trades and stuff, I probably won't be mad.
That would be mad.
I'm not saying I won him, but I'm saying if we were to go and that was and we played chess and we lost, I mean, at this point, the trades are made. Like, ain't nothing I can do about it.
I mean, think about it. We're going back to only the 5th pick. So there's no way we should leave with Anthony Richardson. We have, at the very least, you get Levis.
I mean, so Anthony Richard, no. I mean, I'm fine. Trust me. For me, I already said I don't want Will Levis. I know he's durable though. But I mean, we still don't even know what Chicago's doing. They said that, of course, they're not going quarterback, but they're going to evaluate everything. So that means that you really don't know yet. because pretty much you're debating on it.
Well, see, also you can kind of mind fuck Chicago into trading back to 2. If you like, because you were like, Chicago, you fucked me. They took my quarterback. So now I'm finna take Jalen Carter at 2, and somebody can trade to Arizona for 3 and take Will Anderson, and your plan backfired. Unless you really value Tyree Wilson.
Yeah. Ooh. I don't know. There's a lot of scenarios.
There's a lot of big brain.
I think once we get to free agency, like you said, we'll know
now
a lot
are you
more.
understanding why I belong in the war room with Casario and Cap? Because I watched The Godfather a bunch of times, and I know how to do this negotiation stuff.
God damn it, Zach.
Oh, man. Well, Texas fans, we got a lot more content. Free agency coming up, combine coming up, draft coming up. So we'll be doing a lot of stuff on the Texans here at the SOG Network. We'll move on to Houston Astros spring training here. It's a grapefruit league. It's nothing crazy. It's you get to see a lot of the young people you don't really get to see all the time, it seems. Anybody been impressive? Anybody not been impressive?
I like Willie the Kid, Willie Wagner. He don't really have the arm I thought he would, but he's a good ass third baseman. I like him. I wonder if he could play first.
It seems like they're going to be trying people out for sure at first, maybe third, because they did say that Bregman's coming in on Friday to play, but they already have his schedule of how he's going to play and everything. So it kind of makes it seem like they're going to.
Well, you'll get to see more people play weird shit when all these fools go to the World Baseball Classic, and it shrinks our roster. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, but I still think that Henley's your utility 3. He's your utility infielder anywhere you need him because he can do it.
He can hit.
Yep.
Henley can hit. That boy came in this year and he's like, all right, I'm going to get my spot. And, I mean, we talked about Chaz McCormick's spot to lose.
Yeah, but they played him in center today. They played Myers in left.
Yeah.
I don't hate that.
And Myers looks ready. He said, like,
I was going to say he looks way better than he did last year.
Yeah. He looks like he took a step this year. Like, all right, I gotta show up and everything. And I think it helps too that Dusty trusts him.
I feel like McCormick earned the spot without question to start the season. If he slumps, then you make a change. But right now, you can't question McCormick.
Yeah, and I mean, after that catch that he did in the World Series, he's on cloud 9 with fans right now.
Yeah,
he did it in his hometown for us, guys. Like in Philly, like you know how much they hate him over there probably now, but
he has to go back.
I know.
Yeah.
We don't.
That's true. He don't have to go back.
Guess looking at pictures, Lance looks like he's gonna be out for.
I don't know. I seen Luis Garcia's wind up and release today from the pitch clock and all that. No doing the dance shit. I don't like it. It looks like it hurts. You know what I'm saying? It's like it just don't look natural to me.
Yeah.
He's looking like I mean, there's a few pitchers that are hurting themselves in weird ways, and it's a lot of. Especially you got to think about it, if you've been doing something for years on years and you have to change it.
Well, I also felt like he did that shit to stay in rhythm.
Yeah.
And like the way he does it now is like, it's just like, how do you get your shit straight if it's not working? Doing it so aggressively.
And he spoke on it. He said, I believe there was he wanted to throw a curveball. And he's like, I didn't have enough time, so I had to throw a fastball, and it worked. But he goes, it's a lot to think about. Like, you have to get it right. We saw Diaz against the Mets; he got called out on strikes, and it was kind of weird because if you're not ready, they call you out.
Yeah.
But it looked like he was ready. He was standing there with the bat and waiting for the pitcher, and then they said not ready, and he's like, "What the heck?" Like,
if I'm not ready, then what am I?
And so it's kind of, I mean, there's a lot of talks on the clock and everything. It's weird seeing a baseball game in 2 hours.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Yeah.
I'm used to baseball games lasting like 4 hours.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
can go do something, come back.
Like if I'm going to an Astros game, I'm planning to be there for the whole day, pretty much. Like
Not the
I
whole
don't.
day, but the whole afternoon. Because like,
Yeah,
oh yeah,
like
you're fucking drinking at 2, so you might as well just drink till 10.
well, sure, but I don't know about all that. But like I'm planning on, that's my whole day. I'm not gonna do shit else. I don't want to go to a fucking Astros game and then be like, oh, there's still daylight outside. Let me go fucking do
Maybe
whatever else I
that
need to
it'll
do.
cause the pitchers to fuck up more and you'll get more home runs.
Maybe it'll
I think
cause the pitchers to fuck up more, and they're gonna be like, "Hey, we shouldn't have done this in the first place," and they're just gonna go back to normal.
I don't see
Mm,
that. They did it in the minors for like a few years, and they said it
yeah.
was great.
Yeah,
It it's an adjusting thing for sure. Blummer said it. He goes, the hard if the minors can do it, there's no reason why the major guys can't do it. Like the minors, they try everything, and they're pretty much the guinea pigs. So
Mm-hmm.
the majors, I mean, they're gonna have to figure it out, but it's a lot. I mean, no shift, which I kind of enjoy because Kyle Tucker's gonna eat.
Eat.
Um,
Jordan's gonna eat. Altuve's
yeah,
gonna eat.
yeah. It's a lot of different things. The clock is the main one. The big old pizza box bases.
I was gonna say, how about them pizza boxes?
No, I was gonna say you want to talk about big. You see how big Abreu looks in an Astros uniform? It's like, dude, if you get any bigger, they're gonna test you for steroids. Because
hmm
what the fuck? This motherfucker looks 9 foot tall at the batter's box.
And he had that one game, and mind you, Astro fans, it's spring training, guys. You get maybe 2 at-bats, and then you're like, I'm done. Especially if you're a veteran, like a Brady. Brady's not a scrub. He's not a dude that just is up and come. Like, dude is solidified as a star player.
He's a freaking MVP.
Yeah. And people were like, this team isn't the same without Yuli.
Yeah,
Abreu struck out. Yuli would have never. What Yuli were you watching every year?
I was gonna say,
Then
where were you last year when Yuli went months batting 213?
yeah.
it's like, and then
They were
after
not
that game,
watching the fucking Astros because the Astros weren't in the World Series yet. That's what
it,
it was.
it's just like I don't get the hate. I get it. You love Yuli, but
Mm-hmm.
teams change. Teams
Mm-hmm.
change, man. You got to update it. You got to go young. You got to go with your farm system, and that's how
But
you
also,
build a
like,
dynasty.
what people have to realize is like your pitching is going to be good, but there's no way it could possibly be as good as last year.
Yeah.
Right. Which means you need more runs. So I need
Mhm.
that position to bring RBIs in. So you would probably have to average like a run more a game this year. And
Yeah.
he's going to do that because he's going to get close to 300. Oh, what a dunk.
I
mean,
drove past Minute Maid the other day. They still got fucking Verlander on the side. So I'm interested to see who they replace him with.
I want to see the spring training game when we play the Dominican Republic because I bet you that they play their best lineup. And then we'll know what we got.
yeah, for sure. I mean, it's spring training, guys. Don't get happy for wins and losses. Just focus on what players are doing, where they're going to fit into your scheme of things.
Word.
For me, I mean, you and me, Zach, talked about it off camera one day. Was Belak, if he
BLA,
can,
yeah.
if he can get into the rotation and as a sixth man till Lance comes back. I mean, Lance is going to come back. It's not nothing major. I get that he seems like he's always injured at this point. But I mean,
But it don't even have to be Bielek. Just use one of those guys as a start. Like even if you stack them, like think about it, it's like, okay, we're going to a 6-man rotation, but on one of those games we're gonna pitch Bielek for 3 innings and we're gonna pitch Seth Martinez for 3 innings.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Or we're gonna pitch Abreu for 3 innings. So, but Dana made it sound like he wanted to stay with the 6-man rotation. You know what I mean? And because he was talking about damn, what's that kid's name in the pitcher? I don't know. And to me, it's like I already feel like he's trying to groom another Christian Javier.
yeah.
Because it ain't Forrest Whitley. I don't see it.
I get people want Forrest Whitley to be that guy because all the injuries, you want him to fight adversity, and it's the perfect comeback story. But I mean, he's not. I think no matter what he does, can he be maybe a good rotation player at some point for
We'll
our?
see. Like he
Ooh,
pitched the
yeah,
other day and he threw a lot of strikes, but he gave up a 2-run.
yeah,
So it's like, all right, what do we value? Somebody who could eat up innings and every once and again get fucked up. It might be worth it to bring Whitley in. You know what I mean? We'll see.
yeah. I don't know. I'm fine. The Hunter Brown thing we've talked. You said it best. Don't look at him to be Verlander. Look at him to be Hunter Brown,
Yeah,
and we're gonna enjoy him if he's that way. As
but like
far as
you can't be the Cy Young. But
yeah,
like if dude could get 10 wins and get close to like 200 some innings, that's good. We'll take it. You know.
yeah, yeah. No, for sure. I mean, it's gonna be an interesting season for sure. You're playing everybody. We keep going on that, so it's gonna seem for me. It seems at least that you're gonna be having a little more fun this year because everybody still hates us. It seems like, at least fan wise. So you get to fight everybody, you get to play everybody. It makes the season a little more interesting. That I don't have to see only the Oakland A's doing whatever they're doing.
Nothing.
Yeah. But
I
division
don't know.
game.
Like Manny Machado, I was just thinking, it was like, imagine if we gave a Machado contract away like he just got, right? Imagine if Jordan was on a Manny Machado contract and he had that same hand problem.
Yeah.
You know how frustrating that would be? That's why I don't think we'll ever do that.
Yeah. And that's why I trust Dana Brown, because you look at the way that the teams he constructed are built, and he really didn't go that route of it. I mean, look at Philly, for instance. Bryce Harper getting monster contract.
He damn near owns half the team.
And he's pretty much out for majority of the beginning of the season, injured and everything. It's very interesting in baseball because when they get hurt, it seems like they're out for a good minute, or it's either very little or a long time.
Yeah.
And I mean, you just have players right now that are getting hurt. I mean, you got Jacob deGrom has been injured all his career pretty much in the Mets, and then the Rangers are like, that's my guy. I'm getting that guy. I'm going to pay him the money that they didn't want to pay him.
That's one of those things where like we feel the Texans need is like that teams are so desperate to pay for a name. It's like the Astros don't do that.
No. Oh, no Correa. We got Pena. Oh, no Verlander. All right, we got youngsters and Brown and others. Like
we've been underusing Christian Javier anyway.
Yeah.
I would not be surprised if that dude's right there for the Cy Young votes at the end of this season. Straight up.
He's that good, man. And nobody outside of Houston seems to admit it because, of course, they probably don't watch our games anyway. That's fine. You want to watch Ohtani and the Los Angeles Angels.
See, that pisses me off. I stand up for the Astros because, like, I get it if you don't want to watch the sorry-ass Texans or the sorry-ass Rockets, but you will give the Astros their respect. And if you don't, then I'm going to let you hear about it.
Yeah.
And Christian Javier, in my opinion, is the best pitcher we got. So, fucking
I guess
put some respect on his name.
Opening day is what? Javier or Framber?
It's probably going to be Framber, but as that plays out by the end of this year, you'll know who the best pitcher on the team is. You know what I mean? And I think the Rockets are like evil geniuses, bro. Let me tell you why. Didn't we just give Christian Javier an extension?
Yes.
Doesn't Framber want an extension?
Yes.
If Christian Javier outpitches Framber, there's no way Framber can ask for more money.
Yep.
So the Astros just set a price for themselves, knowing what's about to happen. They're so good at being bad, like evil.
It's the same thing with Tucker. It seems like they know. Hey,
I think that Tucker one might bite you in the ass though, because if he
fuck around and
gets MVP votes, and he was like, "Fuck."
Yeah, but I mean, if you get it, hey, I'm paying you, bro. Don't worry about it. It's kind of like bet on yourself. I'm gonna bet on you, but I'm also gonna play the house type of stuff. Like, I need to know what it is because we've talked about it. Tucker, he's never done a full season. It's always been like But then what he did last year was when it counted, when you needed it, and it was monster and glorious to watch. And it was
the thing about Kyle Tucker is when he's doing bad, you know he's going to get out of it because he's trying to figure it out. Like for instance, last year he was just couldn't hit, and then he did the whole let's wear one glove, let's wear two gloves, let's wear one glove on this hand, and then we'll try this. And he was trying everything, and in my mind, I'm thinking it's like, nah, bro, you're just seeing your own head. You'll get out of that. And he did. He was fucking on fire.
That World Series, man, he was
monster. 2 home runs in one game. Beautiful. We fucking lost.
Oh man. Well, we got a few more days. Jordan said they said Jordan should be back before spring training ends.
Word.
So that's good news. Seems like they're going with what I think Lee as the backup center or backup catcher.
Yeah, sure. Somebody explains to me how Maldonado showed up 17 pounds lighter and Urquidy showed up 17 pounds heavy. What the fuck is going on there?
Urquidy just was like, "I'm gonna keep eating."
He started
like, "You're not gonna eat that." I got it.
He started drinking Sprite and soda and eating candy.
He's on that Marshawn Lynch Skittles diet.
Oh, good diet.
Yeah, I don't know, like, and you kind of saw it when he pitched too. He looked kind of.
I don't ever worry about that guy though. Like,
nah.
I think that on the days he don't pitch, he's in the bullpen drinking Bud Light.
I wouldn't doubt it.
I would not doubt if there's a little pile of Marlboro Light cigarette butts back there.
It's like, oh man, yeah. There's not one pitcher. I mean, Lance is of course the guy that I kind of like. What Lance we getting today? But outside of him, like as starters, I mean Hunter Brown's still a mystery. But the other ones, I'm really not like. I know I've seen what they can do. I've seen them lock down, batters and everything, and it's in sporadic moments, but this is their year. This is the year where you don't have a Verlander. This is a year where you don't have a Garrett Cole. Like, you have to go out there and show up and show out. Like,
but you know what we do got? That bullpen.
Oh,
ain't nobody else got one of those.
Yeah,
nobody.
And Dana looks like he's making sure that he's getting his lefty for the year, because we're gonna see how Gage does, but it looks like for sure he's throwing out a lot of pitchers, and then he's like, hey, may the best man win a position, and that's who I'm taking with. And Belak showed up so far. We have a few other pitchers that have shown up and delivered.
I still think they're going to trade for a catcher, though.
Yeah, that seems like what our weakest, I guess, position at this point.
A backup catcher, yep. Other than that, we're good. We're the champs, bro. Chill out.
Yeah. I'm good. I'm chilling.
You called them weak.
Well, I mean, I was chilled until we got into our next team. That we're not gonna linger on this team too long. Arguably, not even arguably, definitely the worst team in the city. And I can't believe I'm saying this because the Texans were atrocious this year, and then the Rockets were like, hold my beer. And yeah,
at least the Texans can accidentally win.
Yeah. I mean, you don't know, the Rockets, well, I mean, they're pretty much locked in at first, second, third, or fourth, it seems. But Houston, pray for Victor. If not, then
no, I don't want that fool no more. I want Scoot.
Well, pray for one of them. I want one of them at least.
Pray for somebody.
Third, I'll probably be mad and upset. And
yeah. Oh, you'll trade that pick.
Yeah.
I want Scoot because Victor and Scoot, that shit feels like Zion and Ja to me. If you redrafted that, you would take Ja immediately over Zion.
Zion's big, but he can't stay healthy to save his life.
It's the same. I'm telling you, I feel the same fucking thing about this. It feels like Zion and Ja all over again.
It sucks because Scoot reminds me of Shet this year, and I was like, man, he's gonna get hurt at some point. And then he stepped on LeBron's ankle and out for the year. I was like,
and then LeBron did it.
Yeah, karma, LeBron in a boot. Yeah, I saw Scoot though, and he looks like he should be drafted by the Texans, so I kind of want him. I also saw Victor get terribly dunked on by nobody in France, and I was like, wow. that can happen in the NBA a lot. I mean, we're kind of seeing it with Şengün at some times where he's getting, but also Victor's like 7 foot whatever and wingspan.
But what do you
of, like,
expect him to do? Like,
well, yeah. I mean, I'm just saying, like, as Victor is very thin and he needs to grow, so you're gonna have to give him big man take what I think they said he's like 3 years to develop.
Rudy Gobert's still the same size. What are you talking about? They're from the same place.
I can't, man. I don't want him anymore. If you're comparing to Rudy Gobert, what if he ends up with as a Kevin Durant? Would you?
I'd really be willing to be wrong on that. I don't see it.
I don't see it either. But I mean, they're saying like the weird thing is they're not comparing him to anybody. Which they usually do. They're kind of just like, oh, he's the next superstar to LeBron James. And it's like it's kind of hard to.
I see Kristaps Porzingis.
Damn,
but that's not bad because he's not a bad player.
It's not, but that's not first pick that I want. I
see what I'm saying.
What do you see Scoot as then? Anthony Edwards?
Like Anthony Edwards, but like more Russ, like Russ with a jump shot.
I could take that. I'll take that. High motor, but body of a freaking dump truck, and then can shoot a ball actually, so you can't leave him open. And we talked about it. I think Jalen Green and Scoot would be an amazing backcourt. And we seem to never get the first pick anyway. So you know what, Scoot, come to Houston. Somebody else, Detroit or somebody, Charlotte, y'all can have. You know what, Charlotte, y'all lost your guy for the year. You can have it, Victor.
I'm telling you, you'll have a real coach by then too.
New coach, maybe new.
They'll be like, you may forget his name. Scoot and Jalen will be like Bane and Job, but the roles are different. You know what I mean? So I'm good with that.
Well, luckily the season's almost over, Rockets fans. It's been a long one.
It really isn't. There's still like 20-something games, to be honest with you.
I'm just telling myself that Zach, they're gonna fly through. I mean,
as you were saying that, you're just telling yourself Deshaun Nix turned the ball over.
I don't even know he's in the game, so this is why I'm very upset.
The Rockets were like, oh, he did so good against Portland, even though Lillard scored 71, and they show his stat line. He has 16 points on 7 for 19 shooters. Like, that's not fucking good. What are you talking about?
This dude, I don't know how he's on the team still playing.
Because we have nobody else to play.
At this point, I'll go and sign a veteran and be like, just go play, bro. Or somebody. Why are you taking minutes from Ty still? I don't get it.
Ty's on the court.
Yeah, I know, but still, I want 0 minutes. Nick should be getting as many minutes as us. He should be getting as many minutes as us.
He said, I want 0 minutes.
I want 0 minutes. I want him on, and I don't care if he ever writes on our video. Like, he always be replying to people on Twitter, like, y'all don't have to like me. I mean, bro, you don't. You're hot garbage, bro. Like, and it's not. I can't, just sit here and be like, man, you know what? Maybe one day. There's not a part of me that's like, man, there's somewhere on this team for you, bro. Like,
nope, because he don't even do good when he goes to the G League. Yeah,
like he did decent in the G League. They brought him up, and then they're like, this is the guy. And he had like one good game, and I was like, it's still nothing impressive. And now they're just like, I have to play him. Like, he has to play. I was like, oh my
gosh, disgusting.
Good times.
Yeah. I guess, Rockets fan. I don't know. Just sit back, buckle up.
Sit the fuck down and shut up with like the rest of us. Because
try to find some bright spot in these 20-something. Just enjoy KJ and Jalen dunking on people, and
you guys
are doing some stuff. If you're not trying to watch the Rockets, you can always watch Caleb's Roughnecks on the weekend.
I was trying to find my Roughnecks hat, but I don't know where either of them are.
Watch U of H.
I got a Bombshells beanie.
Ooh, Bombshells is good. U of H is better.
Yeah.
Word.
U of H, March Madness, for sure. That's going to be something to watch. Roughnecks. I'm just gonna say it. Roughnecks look like sadly the only good team in the whole XFL. Some of these teams look terrible. Like they couldn't even beat like a high school team.
Yeah.
That Orlando team
I told you, fool, that one fool's accolades was he had a camp invite.
Bro, that Orlando team is one of the worst football of anything, of any type of football I've seen from Pee Wee to
How do you build a bullshit team in a bullshit league? Like
them fools are
have to be.
Them fools are Bishop Sycamore, bro.
Because it's because the coach is the GM also, and so he picked a bunch of people that he knew from like Mississippi State College and all these other places.
Who picked that team, Calvin?
If you went with Paxton Lynch at your quarterback, you deserve zeros the whole way, all throughout and everything else. Like,
you know what would make the XFL fun for me is if you played on a team like in the city or region you're from. Like you have to kind of be from there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, so more fun for me. So they had to be from like Houston or the surrounding areas just to be.
Yeah, you would just find like a split up point between like Houston and Dallas, and it's like, yo, y'all get everybody from there, we get everybody from down here, and
then San Antonio gets the El Paso area.
Yeah, exactly. They just have a shit ton of good O linemen.
You ain't getting no sacks on us. We can't move the ball though, but yeah, I was watching, man, and I will only probably watch Roughnecks games. I'm not going to watch any of these other games. If you wanted to torture me, make me watch that Orlando XFL team. And the only reason why I was watching it was because the coach's reaction was probably the best thing. They literally went up to him and were like, how are y'all playing? And he goes, this is the worst I've ever seen. I got to take everybody out and put new people in because nobody wants to play right now. And they were like, what is one good thing? He goes, there's nothing good about this. He goes, we're all going to reevaluate head coach, coaches. I was like, geez.
I felt like when I was watching that little bit of Roughnecks game, I was like, why are these damn referees so enthusiastic and aggressive? It's like, y'all have chill the fuck out, bro.
Because them fools get paid more than the players.
The one referee hit the fucking sky can with the flag. It's like, how happy do you gotta be that you threw the flag further than the quarterback threw the ball?
Well, those are probably the fucking referees that be coaching or that be reffing the games over on Wallersville where I used to play football, and now they're on TV, so they got to be stoked out their mind.
They're like, we're getting
right because there was a girl referee there that looked like she smoked her fucking kneecaps off. Oh, meth head ass running up, and she passed the running back up.
Hey, okay, look, The Rock's movie Black Adam didn't do as well as he thought it was, so he had to cut some salary back, right?
Yeah. He was in Houston. A dude I graduated with met him. That was about it.
I'd rather meet the Roughnecks Rex Burkhead running back over the Rock.
The Roughnecks water girl.
I was gonna say Zach wants to meet the water girl.
Call him if you're watching this. Hey.
Yeah, tell her we need to pop up that medical tent real quick.
Oh man! Speaking of things popping up, March Madness coming up.
Word.
Cougars number 1, and I like it. Calvin Sampson's like, I'm not worried about number 1. I'm worried about tournament. What matters? Championship in our hometown. Houston, if you're looking to watch a very fun team in crunch time, it's going to be this team. This is probably the best team since Fly Salama Jamma that the Cougars have had.
Yeah, if we don't win, I'm going to be disappointed.
Yeah, it's very...
Because this is the year, because we're trending upward. We've been trending that way for like 3 or 4 years, so we got to do it now.
Yeah. Dynamo, they've been playing. I'm not keeping up with them. I lied to y'all last video, said I would keep up with them.
I told y'all he wasn't.
I could have told you that.
I saw like the scores and everything, but I don't understand. It seems like they never have a damn break, so I'm very confused here. Like
they don't. We were watching the World Cup, remember?
True, but I mean, they from what I've seen, they've only played 2 games, and I mean they lost both of them, but. So they're like that Orlando team in XFL, but yeah, I don't think they're in last place for anybody keeping tally. They're in 9th. I mean, so that's not too bad out of 14.
Wow.
I mean, they
They're
have
one bad week away from being 14.
How
Yeah, I mean,
much does Wade Phillips?
the dash. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't even know where to find those scores or standings at. So you're gonna have to figure that out yourself. I don't know when the Sabercats start. That was pretty fun to kind of talk about. Their
Well, I remember
schedule.
they were playing when it was hot outside, so I'm going to assume not until it gets hot outside again.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. Houston rugby schedule. Yeah, they're Oh, actually, what the? They already started playing.
Wade Phillips gets paid 500 racks to coach that team.
See, Zach, you could go and coach. You could coach that Orlando team for sure.
Yeah. I don't even. Well, yeah. If they're giving out 500, I'll take 500. But
I mean, you get to build your own team because you're kind of like the manager too.
deal. But you know what else I thought? I was like, you were y'all hearing my plays that I'm calling. Like at this point, you don't know what it means, but if I do it enough times, you'll pick up on it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, that's stupid.
Yeah.
The Astros got in trouble for doing the exact same thing. So
yeah. Omaha. Yeah, it was a moment where like the coach is like, "What do you call it?" And then you hear the quarterback say something different, and he's like, "That's not what I said." And then he told him to do like a slant or something, and the running back got leveled. And the announcer was like, "That was the dumbest play I've ever seen called. Like, why would you call that?" And you just see the coach grab his thing and throw it. And I'm like, that guy is. I don't even know who this dude was. I've never seen this quarterback. I think he was like a third stringer for like Rice University or something. But
ouch.
I was gonna say, if I go coach Orlando, can I get Clayton Tune?
Yeah, I mean, if he wants to come and join you.
It's like, look, you want to go be a practice squad player in the NFL, or do you want to come be a star in the XFL?
XFL. No, I don't know. I'm just like sports.
I want to see what Tank Dell does at the combine.
Dude, the Houston Sabercats play so far apart. They have a game March 11th, and then the next one ain't till April 30th.
I don't understand that schedule at all.
I don't either.
Maybe they play on the road somewhere else.
Tickets start at $32.
Not bad.
I guarantee you could sneak down there because I've seen that shit on TV, and there's like 8 people there.
These are right at the very like front of the entire thing.
I still want by hockey team.
These are away games too.
Well, Houston, let us know what other teams you want. North Shore, of course, they got a new head coach.
Yeah, they did.
He went to their coach went to Rice. There's a lot coming up in sports for sure. We'll be breaking down, especially Rockets, Texans, and Astros news. A lot of Texans and Astros for sure because those are the two biggest things coming up.
And I don't really give a shit. Like, we're not going to hit the Astros hard until after the draft.
Yeah. I mean, Astros is not much. You're just really going to, even if you focus on what they're doing in the beginning, we know this team is a come October team. Like in October is when they get that next level and everything else. It's we've seen it a lot. So yeah, I just for me, I'm like, all right, Texans are where our eyes should be at. Draft, franchise, culture. What are they gonna do? So we'll be doing some videos on that for sure. If any breaking news happens, more than likely we'll be doing videos on that for sure. Free agency, and stuff like that. So make sure you like, subscribe to the network. We got you covered, all of Houston stuff. Make sure you find us on all of our social medias. Follow our Facebook. Got you covered on breaking news over there, even if it's something like we signed our long snapper for the Texans, I guess. But yeah. Other than that, yeah, we got you covered. Make sure let us know your opinions, guys. And I'm done. I'm out of here.
Yeah.
Me too. I need to eat.
Same.
Later, Houston.
Peace.
See ya.